Good evening. Right. Welcome. Oh dear. Right, where's my controller? Over there. Right, we're going to have a quick look this evening at the new 313 that's been released today. And then we're going to do some freight, Class 66 Intermodal on Great Western Express. Darko Rail, thank you very much for the raid, my man. Hope your stream went well. So yeah, we're going to have a look at the 313. We're going to go through what you can expect to see with it, and then we're going to do some bits and pieces with the intermodal train on Great Western Express, because I've been reliably informed how to get it working properly, albeit not the best way of doing it, but yeah, we'll see whether the tips work. So East Coastway 313, we'll do a couple of little shuttle services, and then we'll move on to some freight. So East Coastway, we want to explore. Now, I'm not going to do the training because that resets all my settings, etc, etc. There is one thing I have to do before we go into the game, as the game still doesn't turn off motion blur. Right, so in Explore, if we go to timetable mode, there's now 2 timetables that you can see there. You've got your East Coastway 2020, which is everything is a 377, as you can see on the right hand side there with the trains involved. Or you can drop it down to East Coastway. Now, it's exactly the same as East Coastway 2020, except you get the 313 replacing some 377 services. Just FYI, the 313 was supposed to be out a long time ago, and it didn't arrive. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look. Just going to get it raining. Makes it a little bit more interesting. I hate the fact that they've got these new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Right. So, yes, there's 2 different types. You've got Brighton to Seaford and Seaford to Brighton, or you've got Brighton to Lewes and Lewes to Brighton. And I think there should be some. I thought there was some Seaford to Lewes in there as well, but obviously not. But you've got quite a long Brighton to Seaford empty stock move there. But yeah, there's various different sort of things you can do with the 313. So what we'll do is we'll just do a Brighton to Lewes and then a Lewes to Brighton shuttle, to have a little look. Actually, no, we'll go Brighton to Seaford. Well, we'll start at Seaford and go backwards. Right, okay, so here we are, the 313. Let's get our master key in. Reverser to neutral. Let's open the right hand doors. Now we will just quickly stand up and unisolate the AWS, because we like our security systems and safety systems. Now there is a bug with the what they call the DSD isolation in this. It's been set up wrong, and if you go on the forums, they try to explain what they've done, but basically a lot of people are saying when you get in this one, you put your foot on that pedal and you don't take it off, and if you take it off, the train grinds to a halt straight away. Oh. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, so they're saying there's no audible alarm if you enable the DSD. Now this train apparently doesn't have a DSD in real life. It has a DVD, which is a driver vigilance device, but it doesn't have a driver safety device. Well, it's in fact incorrect. It has to have a DSD to enter service on the network. However, it's a non-audible alarm. So the DVD, the driver vigilance device, is there, which is like in theory a dead man's pedal. Well, it's confusing because all locos have DSDs and DVDs, and they all operate on the same system, so they're laid over the top of it. So I refer to my DVD and my DSD when I drive my Class 66s as a DSD, because that is how we're taught, because the DSD is compulsory for a train to be on the main line. There's no special dispensation for it not having one. It has to have one. But people are all getting confused. It's getting a little bit heated, and basically they've configured it wrong in the game. So don't put the DSD on until they've patched it where it will have a sound. So you can drive without the HUD and have the safety systems on. Oh, no, I didn't want to go to step 2. Now, the brakes on this thing are a little bit strange at the moment. Good evening, Willow. Sorry, just seen your tweets there in the chat. We're already experiencing audio glitches. Didn't get those earlier. Now, yeah, like I say, brakes on this thing. Oh, we didn't do our lights. Whoops-a-daisy. There we go. Probably haven't got any on the rear, but... So yeah, so I've played around a little bit with this. There is something that eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed in the cab. That's a new feature just on this train so far, and that's the GSMR has got some writing on it. Now, I've been lucky enough to have a chat with Matt Pedalston today. I can't discuss half the stuff we were chatting about, but this little baby here is going to be retrofitted to some of the UK rolling stocks. Apparently it's really easy to do, but what it allows you to do is it actually allows you to use the SG button as intended. So you can push the SG button and it contacts the signaller. You can also push the big yellow button, but you don't do that unless you've got an emergency, an urgent request for the signaller, which means he has to drop all calls and take yours. There's one step down from hitting the big red button. So our next stop is New Haven Harbour, so we've got the ability to put our foot down for a little while. Now, I do like this. Yes, it's got its little flaws and everything at the minute that do need ironing out, but we've come to expect that with Dovetail Games. This personally has come a little bit too late, in my opinion, in East Coastway's life. So that's the 20-mile-an-hour AWS horn. Yeah, I agree with you, Willow. People will get mixed up. And it's not really fair to have it labelled as a DSD up there and then say the train doesn't have a DSD. It doesn't make sense to me personally. Excuse me. Now, the brakes on this thing are a little bit odd because it currently says we've got no braking going on, even though I've just put the brakes in. And again, I believe the physics on this are a little bit squiffy when it comes, because there's no way I'm going to slow down for this 20 now because the brakes didn't go in. Although we might be lucky. But it is a reasonably well done model. It does look very good. I do give it that. It's a shame we're getting those audio glitches again. Be glad when they redo the sound on Xbox. As you can see, we're just running a couple of seconds late, but again, that's due to a wet rail. Autumnal weather. So if you guys want to see anything in particular with this train, just let me know when we go between stations, and I'll do my best to cover everything that you want me to do. Also, let me know if the audio levels are okay, because I have changed the scenes slightly, and that has unbalanced everything. Alright, so here we are, New Haven Harbour. Oh, wrong button. Not bad stopping. Let's open the left-hand doors. Hunt Rogan just subscribed. I thought you already subscribed. Thank you very much, my man. Good evening. So you join us for the 313. Better get that for the stream. Right, let's lock the doors. We're going to be calling it New Haven Town after this one, so it's just round the corner. So we don't want too much power, but we are running late, so we will give it some beans, get back up to 20. Oh, bit of wheel slip there. Automatic sander. Alright, so with our temperamental brakes, we'll oh, they've kicked in this time, so we'll just release those, otherwise we'll grind to a halt early. Yeah, we're just about running a minute or two late at the moment, but hopefully we'll make that back up at Lewes. So with the release of this 313, they have rolled out the rush hour passengers to East Coastway. As you can tell, it's considerably busier than it normally is, especially at this station. Let's go to step 2 brakes there, because they're not particularly the best. I believe that's some sort of motor fan that you can hear whirring away there. Ah, jolly good, Rogan, jolly good. Have you found out how awful it is yet, though? I see you were flying it. Give the signaller a little toot up in the signal box there. Alright, let's get going. Oh, again, masses of wheel slip then. So we're on a 35 at the moment. There's our 70 board. Class 66 in New Haven, as we're going to go whistling past that in a minute. Alright, so as soon as the rears, there we go, let's open it up. onto the 70. But it's a lovely, like I say, it's a lovely looking unit. And I know people on the forums have been saying, oh, there's no achievements, there's no... Let's move past this, guys. Come on. It's Dovetail Games, you're not going to get a perfect product every time. And like we've all said, yes, there's bits and pieces that need tweaking and fixing on their locos and their rolling stock and their routes at the minute, but if everybody's constantly negative, then they won't pay much attention to us as users. But I did have some news about West Cornwall Local from Matt earlier, and apparently it's just about to be resubmitted to the QA team after fixes and stuff have been applied. Alright, I need to get the brakes into stage 2 here because I have overshot this station so many times in this one while I've been practicing. Because what you'll see is the brakes in the brake chamber, they sort of fluctuate a little bit because it's got an what's it they call it over here, there's a kill switch for it, dynamic braking, so you don't lock the wheels up all the time. You can put the brakes on and then they sort of ease to see that they've released a little bit, so you have to flick it, and it just makes you quite late because you got to completely re-evaluate all your braking points, which makes it a bit more challenging than driving an Electro Star all the time. We've got a whistle board coming up. I always forget about this one. I think we slowed down a little bit too early, but it's better to actually stop at the station than having to reverse into it like I've had to do a few times. It's very busy here. Cool, blimey. It's rush hour though. Right, so the brakes are in. It's a very short platform here. Will we stop? No, because the brakes have come off again, so... Right, well that's the... I'll take that. The rear of the train's in the platform as well. By quite some, it's a 4-car platform, so I'll take that. Set the doors, release the brakes. Once the interlocking kicks in, doors interlock, brakes have released. And away we go. Well done, Willow. Nice one. It is one of their better routes, I must admit. Oh, there we go. Traction motors are coming online again. Now there's an interesting thing about this particular bit of rolling stock. Class 300s usually mean they're dual voltage, or they're overhead lines. They take their power from the overhead lines, normally 300s. Well, with the 313, it used to have a pantograph, because it used to go in like work on railways where the power was taken from overhead cables, and then when Southern took the units on for this branch line, they converted them to third rail only and took the pantographs away. Yep, and the Great Eastern Main Line, well, used to be the Great Eastern, on the Great Eastern, it's now 700s. 321s, 360s, they all were AC. 365s, 357s. Alright, so we've got the 40 coming up in a mile, so we'll just release the brakes. Roll now, let nature do its thing. Bit grim outside, so let's put the cab heater on low. That'll be a 20 mile an hour warning, or 40 up ahead, 40. And then we've got the 20. So we are climbing up a gradient at the moment. So the brakes are naturally slowing us down. Oh, sorry, the gradient is slowing us down. So does anybody want to see anything in particular with this train? Alright, so here we go. We're coming off the branch line now. We can open the cab door and close it again. Now I believe back in the day they used to put parcels out there, because it is only staff only in that particular vestibule. Right, let's put the brakes in, because we're going to slow down for a 20 and a 10. I've not really been paying attention to our signals either, so fingers crossed we're not going towards a red at the minute. Hoping that the signal just around this corner is going to have a number 1 indicator on it. And a green. 2 minutes late now. I don't think I've run one of these services to time yet. Yeah, I believe they're the only difference between a 314 and a 313 is the 314 indicates it's a 4-car unit, and the 313 indicates that there are 3-car units. I think that's the only actual difference, apart from some minor traction motors and bits and pieces. Right, we're coming up to that 20 now, but we have got to slow down for the 10 to go round into the platform we are booked into. So let's just put the brake back in, because just as we get to there, as we come here, there we go. So there you go, there's a 313 in that platform, and I believe that forms the Brighton to Lewes train. Well, the timing's way out because we are considerably later than what the timing board says. We're going to stop here. The sooner we stop, the sooner we can go. The interiors are nice and bright. Traditional southern fare, although those seats look a little bit close together, if I'm honest. Cool, blimey. Yeah, I don't think they've been modelled properly. Oh no, now I'm stuck. Ugh. But the initial acceleration is phenomenal. It's almost like an underground train. This is the one thing I hate about Lewes, is this 10 mile an hour until you're out past that board there to the 55. Such a long time. Right, as soon as we're sort of the last set of doors. Alright, there we go, we'll crank it open now. Just listen to those engines whir up. Going up quite a steep gradient at the moment in the wet, that's why we're getting a bit of wheel slip. Now apparently this is a little bit quick when you get it up going, and people think just because it says 75 mile an hour up there that's all it can do, but it won't. It'll go as fast as it blooming well likes until the traction motors start going wally. So I'd imagine it's probably good for about 100. Right, anyway, Falmer, 3.5 miles away, so just throttle off, because we're still accelerating. Just approaching the 70 over this viaduct bridgey thing here. So come around this curve. Here we go, it's just up here on the left. Yeah, it's just where the comfort and the bogies can go. Doesn't mean the traction motors are limited to 75 and that's your lot. They will just keep on going until they burn themselves out, if you let them. But the paint job's quite nice on the side. Portsmouth, Chichester, Bognor, Littlehampton, Worthing, Brighton, Lewes, Seaford and Eastbourne. Obviously you can't actually do that route because it's impossible, but that's where they run. Oh, there we go, we've driven 31.3 miles now in the 313. Alright, so we've got 2.4 miles. We might get this baby up to 70 now. Again, we're climbing up a hill, so... quite quickly approaching Falmer now, which is still giving it the beans. We'll just come down to notch 3 now. Alright, we're a mile and a half away, so we'll just throttle off and put the brakes in. Because as you can see, the brakes are managing themselves to stop us slipping. Now they've completely released. We just have to do an input and they come back on. They go off again. Yeah, so West Cornwall Local is having quite a few changes made to it, so anybody that does have a copy at the moment, you will get an update when it goes through testing and gets re-released. And you won't be disappointed, that's all I'm going to say. There has been another layer added to the timetable, but again, I'm not saying too much. Apart from a new layer has been added to the timetable. With some really good stuff according to Matt. Which is a good thing. I have also been helping him, or pointing out and troubleshooting that route that we did, the ride that we did on the release, that when I got it with that 37, there is a bug in that that run, which I've helped to fix with the video. So thank you to my viewers for making me come on and give you a preview, because it's helped them fix some stuff. Going a little bit fast into here with our moody brakes that are completely released. And come on. See, that's the one of the problem with them. There's a brake all over the place. Alright, there we go. Let's get those doors open. You're standing there with your arms crossed, mate. Oh, you've some lovely purple nail varnish you had on there. So I don't know what these people are waiting for, what train they're waiting for, but they want to go to Brighton. They want to get on this one. Alright, Musulkum, 8:24. Well, we're already late for that. So let's get this up to 60 as quickly as possible. There we go. Oh, slow down, Lee. Oh, we're up to a 70. But we're a mile and a bit. So again, we'll pop the brakes in. Start slowing ourselves down again. Probably going to overshoot this one looking at it. Again, these brakes are working and then they're not working, working then they're not working. Ah, look, there's another 313. And as you might notice, the headlight popped in then. That's being fixed. Don't panic. Well, we're not running to time today. In true southern fashion, we're running late. Right, there's our platform. And again, it's a very short platform here. Well, I take that. If that stops in the window where it's a winner. Oh! Just missed it. Just missed the S car board. But we'll take that. It's a good shot. I like that one. Oh, we're 6 minutes late. London Road and Brighton left to call at. Oh, little bit of wheel spin there. Warning board for the 30. Green signal. Old school AWS in this one. I like it. Oh, the old dynamic brakes don't know what to do. Oh, excuse me. Nice. Through the tunnel we go. And as we pull into London Road, Oh, I think we're going to hit the S-car stop this time. Oh no, I think we're just short. I like the old compressor pings then. That's good. Nice bit of dirt crewing on the front there. A little bit jerky, that 377 there. It's just my eyes. Alright, Brighton, 900 yards round the curve. No more than 20 because it's 20 at the other end of the bridge. We're already 4 minutes late, so no point rushing. So we're getting a single yellow as we come around this curve here. There's the yellow, just there. And we're going into platform 8 by the looks of it. We just throttle off. Now, would you guys like to go back down to Seaford, or do you want me to move on to the freight services and the testing that I need to do on that? Let's see some freight. Okie dokie. Right, platform 8. I can't remember. Is that round to the left and then back across? Yeah. But yeah, it needs some work, but it's an okay DLC. I don't know if one loco in a loco pack is. I don't know if it's me or whether they should look at maybe doing a quarterly release of locos and trains. And charging 20 quid. Maybe a one for each route, so Germany, UK and America all get a loco in the pack. That's park, isn't it, that turns them off? Yep, there we go. Right, there we go. That is the 313. Oh, we are late. The silver medal. So yeah, I don't know whether that's something they should consider now, because I don't think 11.99 cuts it with no achievements. Yes, it does give you a whole new timetable, but the timetable is only the 313 inserted into the route. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an intermodal. For those of you that are new to the channel, I am a freight train driver and I drive intermodal trains on a day-to-day basis. I can drive other freight trains, but that is what I do on a day-to-day basis. So, Great Western Express. Now, what I want to do is I want to just check the timetable and see No, we don't want HKAs. That's interesting. 4 Mike 2-1. Yeah. What we're going to do, Felixstowe. No, we want to start at Reading. I want to start at... Yeah, we do Bristol Terminal to Felixstowe North 4 Lima 25. So that's 1840. So I'm just going to spawn in on foot at Reading. Do 1835. And the only reason I'm doing this is I need to do a few bits and pieces to test. Alright, so I think it comes in on this platform. Well, we'll just go up here and let's bring the map up. We'll see it coming. Here it comes. No. Oh, yeah, it could be it. Out the fast. That makes sense. And then it'll come across the necks there. Oh, we'll see. It's going to come in here somewhere. But yeah, I want to jump on it and see if I can clear the fault. So, for anybody new to the stream, I have had bugbears with the Class 66 because it's not accurate to real life and how it drives in real life. Now, I have been informed today that there is an issue with the wagons within the game, which they've found the problem, and they're not sure whether they're going to fix it or just release new wagons and replace them on the UK route, because it's just one set of wagons. It's just the FKAs. They've got a flapping valve somewhere in the train which stops the brakes from releasing for ages. So Matt P has told me to release the brakes and watch the last wagon and see when the brakes release whether the train will pull away in notch 2, which is what it's supposed to, because the train weighs diddly squat. Right, so where's this freight train? Yeah, that's definitely the train. That's our train coming in there in Intermodal. So what route is he been given? Nothing at the moment. He's on a red there. We might have to hot-foot it across some platforms in a minute. But yeah, so these wagons, the brakes weren't very good on them anyway. Matt confided in me. So I said, yeah, they're not very good anyway. But yeah, they found this bug, and I don't know whether they're going to fix it or leave it and bring out some new wagons. Alright, so there goes the HST. I think we could be on the wrong platform here. Because if the train was coming across, I believe that signal needs to clear. Which is now done. So if we we can't see that far because the draw distance isn't that good. Right, I can hear that 66 coming in. Right, it's all the way over here, so don't do this in like real life, kids. Oh, lady driver. Hello, lady driver. Never noticed that before, but you can't see that from outside on a real one. Right, so let's get on board. Right, let's just take control. Right, let's pop that in. Let's just release the brakes. Ah, come on. Right. So if we go to the last wagon, and Matt said watch the brake blocks, but I can't because I can't see diddly squat. Right, and anyway, let's get this into forward. Let's take our direct brake off. And let's see, right, notch 2. And then let's just watch. Right, well, we're rolling back. So the brakes have released. Very broken. Oh no. Oh, that's misleading. That's from the wrong side. So we did pull off in notch 2. But again, this train is a lot heavier than it makes out. Yeah, it's very heavy. Although it's only 1,000 tons. I believe. Yeah, just over 1,000 tons there, you can see. Yeah, it's broken. Brokeny, brokeny, brokeny. Right, so we are a class 4, clear for 75 mile an hour running, but we can only do 60 when our rear clears that speed. But we are going over to the slow lines. across we go to the slow lines. Train just getting ready to do its transition, i.e. go to the high gear, which happens around 35 to 37 miles an hour. Right, so we are 60 mile an hour now. Right, there we go. Now 60. Ignore the red dot where that's gone to, but we are a 60. Right, so going back to the whole... What was I going to say? The DSD DVD thing with the 313. So this here, the DSD pedal, is also the driver's vigilance device on the 66 and most other types of rolling stock. So when you get the audible alert in the cab, that's the vigilance device going off. So what you would do is you'd lift your foot off the pedal and put it back down, and it would reset everything. So when I learned how to be a train driver, I was just taught that that's my DSD pedal, and it gives me a warning every 60 seconds that I don't make an input in the control desk. So for a 313 not to have a DSD is very weird. There you go, there's our DSD. We've reset that. I find it a little bit weird because the rule book states it must have a DSD. But then you've got drivers of the 313 saying it doesn't have one, so what do you do? Right, now we're up to 55. We're just going to take the power out. Just going to make an initial brake application. Just do our running brake test to make sure our brakes are working. So what we would normally do is scrub about 10 mile an hour off. So we're doing 57, so we're going down to 40. We'll release the brakes at 49. Right. Brakes have released, the train is rolling nicely. So we'll now just slowly notch the powers back on. And away we go. It's a shame they still haven't added in the branded containers on the UK route. I thought Adam said he was planning to do that. Oh, excuse me. So here we are, trundling up towards Acton. Right, there we go, we're at 60, so we'll just take a couple of notches of power out and let's just cruise along. We're on greens, nothing really getting in our way. Let's put the hot plate on, let's brew up, let's make a brew. Slightly drifted over the 60 that we can do. We just throttle off the coast. See, we got greens ahead, so no need to apply any brakes. I do love some people on social media. When somebody reports that their cousin is stranded on a train in the middle of nowhere, when they're actually at Berkhamsted, between Hemel Hempstead and Berkhamsted, and they've stopped at the station at Berkhamsted, I'd hardly call that the middle of nowhere. And she's now blocked me because I just casually commented that there was nothing showing as stranded and everything was in a platform. Now, they may have been outside of a station, but like I say, it's hardly the middle of nowhere between Hemel Hempstead and Berkhamsted. But she's replied and blocked me, so I can't actually see what she said. But I can, because I've got another account. So let's see what she was saying. As we poodle along at 60. Oh, DSD again. Just starting to lose a bit of speed, so we'll put the power back in. Dear. The woke generation really are pathetic, aren't they? And they wonder why Labour are having a crisis at the moment. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's me trying to be helpful and... Oh, speed decrease. We can only do 60, so... Yeah, I'll hang on a second. I shall link you to the whole thread. Basically, it looks like the train that her cousin was travelling on had a failed pantograph, and the batteries then went flat, so the electricity on the train went off. But apparently, I said that she was a liar and that she was making it up, and I just said there was no stranded train showing. Because all trains were showing as in platforms. And there was nothing showing with a delay of 4 hours. However, it does turn out that there was one. But they changed the head code as it was in a station, which you'll see later on in the thread. But unfortunately, she didn't understand. Bless her. Look what I do as a job. It's in my profile. Right, we're still on greens. Coming up to Maidenhead now, I believe. Yeah, this looks like Maidenhead. Is it Maidenhead or is it Slough? No, it's Maidenhead. And I'm pretty sure we go up to 75 shortly for freight. What we got on the speed? No, it's still 60. But like I say, you try and be helpful, and then you just get abuse, and she works for the Young Fabians, which are Labour policy setters for the young generation, and they wonder why they've got an issue at the moment with not being liked very much, liked even less than the Tories. But hey ho, that's why drivers don't tend to try and be helpful anymore. Oh, this is 60 mile an hour. It's so slow. That extra 15 mile an hour would save so much time. Got to keep our eye on the speed board because we won't know we've gone up to 75 until we see one. So just keep an eye on the side for some signage. So fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure we go to 75 in a minute. I'm pretty sure we do. As the line speed goes to 75 for all trains in 2 miles, sort of round about Hayes. Once the brakes really release, this train will just poodle along at 60. Quite relaxing, really. Right, 15 miles to Acton Yard. Right, 75's coming up now, and I'm pretty sure it's for all trains. Can't see it, where is it? No. Phantom. One 66 coming towards us. Oh, I missed that speedboard then, bugger. There we go, there's the 75 for everybody. Knew it was coming up. Not that we'll actually get much faster than 60. Come on, little train. Yeah, have you read the thread, Willow? Do I accuse her of making it up at any point? I'm just like, I can't see any stranded trains. There's just Cousin's train moved since you tweeted, because the only train that had been at a stand for a while was the one at Berkhamsted. But like I say, that had had its head code changed, so it wasn't showing as late. here we go, 75. $10 miles to Acton. So after this one, guys and girls, and all other viewers, I will be calling it for this evening. Things to do. It's already 10 o'clock. So if you want to rewatch anything, it will be added onto YouTube. And the 313 will be a standalone video. What are we getting those AWS horns for? There was nothing for us to get an AWS horn for there. Well, weird. Phantom AWS horn. Right side failure, we call that. When that happens, when you're out on the line, when you get the AWS horn instead of a bell, it's not considered a major fault. But if you were to get a cautionary signal and get the bell, which is the ding, that's a wrong side failure, and that is stop immediately and report it to the signaller. Because it normally means that the AWS at that signal has gone wonky and isn't working correctly and could cause a serious issue. Sorry there, a few sound glitches. I don't know if you guys got them, but I've got them in my headphones. Right, so we're 6.5 miles from Acton Main Line, or Acton Yard. But we'd be going on to the receptions. Or in real life you'd go on Acton Down Goods. Or Acton Up Goods. Sorry. We'll go to the yard with an intermodal. But I'm looking forward to Monday, as I've got some time with my old mentor driver, who's walking me around Acton Yard and giving me a full site brief, because I'm about to add a new route to my route card, and I need to do the walk around there. And then he'll probably ask me questions on the route, which I'll have forgotten because I haven't been at work for 2 weeks. I will be signing Acton to Tilbury and Wembley to London Gateway. we're speeding. Sorry, I was too busy trying to ban that person in chat. Alright. Slowly start to throttle off and just coast now towards Acton. So nice, the subtle sound of the yin-yin. So it'll still be intermodal, Willow. But, oh no, it won't be just intermodal. There will be the Tilbury to Tostra steel train that goes into Tilbury, which is the steel coils. So that's class 6. Right, so we better start slowing down now because we've got 30 mile an hour into the yard coming up. And we've got cautionary aspects up ahead. Oh, we're not gonna... Come on, wagons. Oh, we're going in here quick. Oh. Oof. Still not slowing us down. I'm 4 bar. Yeah, well, we're on to the up goods here now. This is an Acton yard, this is the up goods. Acton yard is those lines to the left. See, that's where flashing yellows would have come in handy. Now, you wouldn't stop there in real life. You'd stop at the signal, which is what I'm going to do. Oh. So that's the DB Schenker refueling roads. And you've got reception 1, 2 and 3 to the left of us. The down goods, and we're on the up goods at the minute. And to be fair, they've quite accurately modelled this. These signals are all in sort of the right places. Even the signal head is correct on this one. Right, so there we go. The Acton up popular goods line, see? I was correct. So yeah, 36 minutes, no medal. But yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you all again tomorrow, maybe, where we'll do a bit more West Cornwall local.